Oh, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another TMP Nerf report. Editing Chewie, did you play the sound effects? He didn't, did he? I hate that guy. So I'm streaming Chewie, who's vastly superior to editing Chewie. And over there is, I guess, streaming Mike.
Yes, streaming Mike.
Because editing
Vastly
Mike,
superior to editing Mike, who hasn't done any work in like 8-9 years, something like that.
yeah, essentially at this point, editing Mike does not exist.
No.
So it's cool. But, yeah, we're here to do a Nerf report because out of the blue, a giant pile of Nerfs got announced. A few days ago.
Yeah.
And they're going live on the 14th, which is Tuesday. So,
Right.
just out of nowhere. Just, hey, did someone say Nerfs? Bah! And everyone was like, no? Now, there is one that's not exactly a Nerf that we missed because it was literally one.
Yeah, it was the only change.
And they changed Twin Slice from a 0 cost add 1 attack to a 1 cost add 2 attack to both halves. So that's not a nerf. It's a different card.
Yeah, it's a sideways move.
Yeah. So thus far, I haven't noticed that much difference, other than the Glaive-bound Adept on turn 5 is 5? 6?
Yeah,
Whatever turn that thing comes down on
5.
is less common. It still happens, but it's less common. Now it requires a weapon or a coin or something.
Right. And basically, Twin Slice was, in its previous form, was a coin. For effects
Basically,
like that.
yeah. Or it was a horrible altruist enabler.
Yeah, I am going to miss that part, but costing 0 is often problematic. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Ha! I see what you did there. So yeah, we didn't do a Nerf report for one card because look, we're done already. So alright, let's go to the current upcoming Nerfs. And this is some doozies.
Yeah.
So first up, we're just gonna go down the list. Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. Now the dragons that she makes cost 1. Like, what? This is massive.
Yeah, it's very serious.
I also don't get it. Because, what's the name of the last set? Ashes of Outland.
Yes, Ashes of Outland.
And when did Dragon Queen Alexstrasza show up?
Was part of the quest or the set for?
Ooh, I don't remember. But either way, it was either Descent of Dragons or it had to be. I think it was the set.
Yeah, you're right. It was in Descent of Dragons, yeah.
Yeah. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Alexstrasza's too good. Which, okay. It's really weird. Depending on where you look for your data, Highlander decks are either overrunning everybody or they're like mid-tier at best.
Uh-huh.
Also, if you read the comments, don't ever read the comments. There are people both rallying around how Highlander decks are gonna finally stop dominating everything. They're not. Or saying how it doesn't matter, it's too late, Highlander decks have already ruined everything. And I'm going, what?
I mean, it says something when they're very popular in classes that don't have any class cards that give a bonus for having no duplicates. That means the neutral cards are just good enough that
Yeah.
You just play like that.
Yeah, Alexstrasza and Zephyrus are perfectly fine to be the Highlander rewards by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But like why all of a sudden? Now remember, if you look at when sets usually come out, there's supposed to be another one in like a month and a half or so, because it's usually April, and then 4 months later we get another one. Well, it's July.
So maybe there's maybe there's an upcoming dragon that they really don't want costing 0.
Or an upcoming something that they don't want these 0 cost things to go with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be my theory for several of these nerfs coming up. Well, okay, one other one, but but whatever. Shut up. But so okay, let's talk about physically what this does. On turn 9, you can't go Alexstrasza Dragon anymore.
Yeah.
Without shenanigans. On turn 10, you can go Alexstrasza Dragon. Coin Dragon, I guess?
I guess.
But there's so many board clears in several classes that are big right now that I usually don't even play both dragons at the same time anymore anyway, unless like they've already used both of their brawls or both of their Plague of Death.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless I'm sure that they're out of easy board clears, I always hold one anyway. I could be wrong. And against Rogue, I don't. I just blah blah blah. I just play it all. But
yeah, I was going to say something similar. Usually, I just follow up with one of them, either because the other has an ability that I want to save for later, or I just want to save it for later in case something happens, and I need more board.
Yeah. Although I do appreciate Alexstrasza into an Explorer who gives me another Alexstrasza, so then I play the other one, just, I got another one, I don't care. So I play the other free dragon. Yes. Just, why not? But, so the power spike is going to be a lot less spiky, if that, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because it's no longer be a singleton deck, hit 9 mana with Alexstrasza. Bah!
Yeah, have 3 dragons on the board, right.
But, like, it's obviously a nerf, but I don't think it matters that much. Like, getting a Nosdormu for 1, or a Zaraku for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or an Onyxia for 1. Like, in this case, the difference between 1 and 0 is kind of irrelevant. You know?
I wouldn't say that. The difference between only being allowed to play 1 or 2 cards and in the same turn and being allowed to play all 3 of them in the same turn, it is a big difference. It's not nothing.
Well, it's not nothing, but as far as like affecting win rates or how the deck plays, I don't see any massive difference. It could be that I'm playing my Alexstrasza wrong, but I don't see, for me personally, that much of a change.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, this random dragon in my hand costs 1 instead of free. How unfair. Someone in chat says should have gone to 2 instead of 1. No, I think that's actually unplayable.
Yeah.
Like, that's not worth going Highlander for at that point. Because now you can't play either of them the same turn.
Yeah, with no option to follow up, no.
Which they do still have an 8/8, or you do still have an 8/8 they have to deal with, plus 2 super undercosted dragons in hand, but... Mm-hmm. I don't know, that just, like I said, that doesn't feel... I don't see any massive difference. It could be that I'm playing my Alexstrasza wrong, but I don't see, for me personally, that much of a change.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that just, like I said, that doesn't feel... I don't know, that just, like I said, that doesn't feel worth it to have the Highlander thing going. But you do
Yeah,
still have Zephyr.
you need that immediate impact, like from Alexstrasza as it is right now, or from, Reno or Kazakus, or the immediate impact is an important part of it.
What are the class-based Highlander cards right now? There's Reno, there's Bran.
Reno, Bran, Elise.
It's the League. There's Elise, who doesn't currently see any play in any serious decks, and Finley.
I still have a Highlander Paladin deck put together. It's not good at all, but it's it's fun to get Finley early.
Yeah, poor Paladin. I love the new pure Libram Paladin deck that is currently running around, but it's just not great. I love it so much though. Poor Paladin. Did Paladin get any nerfs? Spoilers, no they did not. So, okay. That's Alexstrasza. We have a lot to go, so we'll just leave her there. It is a nerf, and it is, but I think it's bringing Alexstrasza down into less insane territory. And also, I really believe there's something in the new set that they don't want a bunch of free stuff being freely available.
Yeah, I think that's a high possibility.
Yeah. So, all right, next up, Warrior, which many say is the current best class in the game. Corsair Cash, which was draw a weapon, give it +1/+1. Now it's draw a weapon, give it +0/+1. So they're removing that attack. Now, I read the comments. Never read the comments. And a lot of people were like, well, the durability was the important part, so this doesn't even matter. And that's not true.
No.
At all, because an Ankar going from 2 attack to 3 attack on turn 3 or 4 is massive. Because now they can't kill as many 3-drops and even 4-drops with one swing. Which is big when the warrior is trying to get tempo.
Right.
So, I don't think this is a huge nerf because, again, the durability is technically the important part for putting bombs in the deck and giving more damage and, face damage for the more aggressive ones, or an extra lackey, or an extra draw of a pirate from your deck. But losing that one attack for all of those 3 swings is not nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like using Ankar as an example again. Previous Corsair Cash gave, up to 5 extra damage. Now it's just giving 2 extra damage.
That is true, yeah. Because the 3/3 is 9 damage. The 2/2, it starts at 4, it jumps to 9, but now it's not jumping to 9, it's only jumping to 6.
Yes.
So yeah, this isn't a nerf to try to, smack the deck down, it's just trying to shave off some percentage points, which is what good nerfs should do. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So alright, that's easy. It's big but not huge. Except on turn 3, where it's kind of huge. I don't like any of my warrior decks because when I draw Corsair Cash? Turn 8. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks for that.
I think my warrior deck right now is a goofy Highlander taunt themed warrior. Yeah.
Nice. I guess.
It's all right.
Fair enough. As long as you're playing into the fray, right?
Exactly.
Is that still in standard? That's still in standard.
Yeah.
All right. You know what we haven't done in a hot minute? We haven't picked on Demon Hunter. So, Demon Hunter is getting more nerfs. More nerfs! More nerfs.
More nerfs.
Metamorphosis no longer deals 5 damage. Now it just deals 4. Which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 7 mana Pyroblast
Mm-hmm.
over 2 turns, but it's still, 10 damage that almost certainly goes face to for just no mana. It's terrible. And now it's only 8. And that's doable because, like, the amount of just damage that Demon Hunter can throw at your face out of nowhere to win is the frustrating part, right?
Yeah, all the burst damage, yeah.
You're like, all right, I've got 2 taunts, and I'm at, like, 12. I'm safe. And they go, Kane, Metamorphosis, Glaive-bound Guy. I know that's too much mana. I can't count. Shut up. So yeah, okay, let's say it's not. Let's say one turn they go like... No, it's still too much. Yeah, they go Metamorphosis and shoot you in the face and, like, I don't know, play a weapon. And then because that's doable in one...
Yeah.
In one round, one turn. And then they go, like, attack with the weapon, Glaive-bound Guy, your face, play Kane, Metamorphosis. There might be some mana. There might be 1 extra mana. I don't know. Maybe they still had a coin. Whatever. The point is, they can just burst you down from what feels kind of safe behind some taunts to dead.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, and it's frustrating. And I think this will help mitigate that a little bit. Because, I mean, the difference from 5 attack to 4 attack is... Or 5 damage to 4 damage is kind of huge when it comes to various situations to be in. Like, taunts with 5 health.
Yeah, when it comes to knocking out taunts and when it comes to the finishing move, that 2 damage makes a difference.
Yeah. So again, they're just shaving off percentage points. Like, is Metamorphosis still a ridiculous card?
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
I remember at the very first, I thought the power that it gave cost 2. And then when I saw that it cost 1, I was like, what?
Yeah, like we were talking about on our previews being a 9 mana Pyroblast over 2 turns, which is pretty awesome. And chat was like, it's 7. And we're like, nuh-uh, that's stupid. And then we looked, and it showed a little 1 next to the hero power, and we're like, that's still stupid.
Yep.
So speaking of the difference between 4 and 5, Kane Sunfury, for some reason, is going from a 3/5 to a 3/4.
Yeah, this doesn't change the, play Kane, you lose turns. It does change the play Kane, you're going to lose next turn.
Does it?
Yeah, making him ever so slightly easier to kill.
Oh, okay. This one just... I know that, like, a 3/5 with charge for... He costs 4, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, that's just stupid. But he's a legendary in a class, so, but then you add in the whole ignoring taunt, not just for him, but for all your attacks. And it's like, what? So I guess they just looked at it and went, what were we thinking with these stats? Also, now Metamorphosis can still kill Kane. As if that's ever happened. In the mirror. Sometimes you gotta kill off that tempo Kane Sunfury? What?
Enough games of Hearthstone have been played that I believe it's happened at least once.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Next up, the last of the Demon Hunter nerfs in this round of nerfs, though, the Warglaives of Azzinoth are moving from 5 mana to 6. And this one feels like the biggest one.
Yeah. This actually does make it feel like a different card that different decks want or don't want to play.
As opposed to just an auto-include.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm fine with that. Because also, apparently, now I don't play Wild, but apparently Odd Demon Hunter is sort of running rampant on Wild. So this helps with that.
I believe it. That odd hero power is nuts.
What is it, 1 to get 2 attack?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So yeah, the Warglaves, it slows down the board clear by 1 turn, which again, when you're a face deck, or at the very least a tempo deck, that's massive, because it gives your opponent an extra turn to stabilize, or to get out more than 4 things that you then need to kill, or whatever.
Yeah.
And also, as always, when you're increasing cost, it means you can't do as many things in a turn. So, like, later in the game, you can't go Skull... Wait, Skull costs 6? Warglaves cost 6, which means if you hit Skull with it, what does Skull do? Hang on.
Makes it cost 3 less.
Okay, so you still can go Warglaves, Skull into Warglaves into Chaos Strike.
Yeah.
Because that still only costs 9, but... So, bad example. But that was the first thing that popped into my head was, oh, can you still do that? Math. Yes, you can. Piss. But it costs 9 mana to do all of that. And that happened to me. I had the game 1, Mike. I had the game 1. I was like, next turn, he's dead. And he went Skull, Warglaves, Chaos Strike. And then I was dead. And I was like, how? Wait, nuh-uh. Shut up. You're the piss. I think there was something else in there. Because that doesn't make... Like, the scene I'm seeing in my head, that doesn't make sense. So there must have been something else. But that only costs 8 currently. Once the Nerfs go live, that costs 9. So... But anyway, right. That's big. So, Demon Hunter did not escape unscathed, which is good, because after... How did someone put it in... with 1,000 cuts? Like, they're trying to kill Demon Hunter with 1,000 cuts. But it's still one of the top decks in the damn meta. Even with all of the nerfs. So they're just trying to bring it down just a smidge. Again, none of the nerfs to Demon Hunter have been like old Blizzard nerfs.
Yeah.
There's no Warsong Commander here. So they're like, and they shave off some stuff on this side, and then later they're like, oh, now that side's all pointy, so they shave off that, and they're just trying to bring it down, and it's not as oppressive as it was at the beginning, obviously.
Right.
But when Demon Hunter and Warrior are like the top 2 in the meta, still, maybe hit it with a few more nerfs. And looking at the Warglaves nerf, I'm like, how did they not do that before? That's what I want to know.
It's interesting. It's a card that I didn't see very much until other Demon Hunter nerfs went into effect.
Oh, yeah. Because other stuff was more broken.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that's why they missed it.
I could be, yeah.
They didn't have the numbers backing it up because people were playing other things.
That makes sense, actually. So, all right, moving on. This is one that blindsided me. Dragon Caster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're holding a dragon, your next spell costs 0. It's a 6 mana 4/4. Well, now it's a 7 mana 4/4. What? Okay. Speaking as someone who plays a lot of Highlander Mage, I read this and I went, all right. fine. So that means I box or deep freeze or power of creation 1 turn later?
1 turn later, yeah.
I mean, if 1 turn later means I die, it was a desperation box or deep freeze or power of creation. So, meh. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm wondering if maybe they're thinking with the Demon Hunter nerfs that maybe some Singleton decks like Singleton Mage or Highlander Mage are going to rise up slightly too high. This one, like I said, I was like, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's like the Dragon Caster's cast win percentage was a few points too high and they didn't like it or so. I don't know. I am horribly biased because this is mainly the deck I play when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play Hearthstone. It's Highlander Mage. So, and even I'm not like, what? Why would they do that? So, I don't know. I'm also not very good. So that, maybe there's something I'm missing.
I think it's the moving certain plays back 1 turn.
Probably, yeah. But like that doesn't strike me as so bad. Because I've been known to hold a Dragon Caster for well past time to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I've got other things that I could do, or I've got the board and don't want a box, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, I'm probably playing it wrong. Just like my Alexstraszas. Alright, and then now here's a card that came out of nowhere recently. The Fungal Fortunes. Which is the Druid... what was the Mage card that did this, but with spells?
Forbid? No.
It's completely fallen off. The 2 mana, draw 3
Spectral.
cards... What?
Spectral? No.
Chat? You guys any help? It's fallen out of my brain completely.
Gosh. I don't
I
remember.
can see the art. I can see myself cussing when I Book of Specters.
Book of Specters. There we go.
Thank you, Lanky. But, like, I can see myself cursing when my Mountain Giants get discarded.
Yep.
That was a long time ago. They're in the Hall of Fame now. But, yeah, Fungal Fortunes is 2 mana, draw 3 cards, discard any minions. And currently, Spell Druid decks are running as few as 3 minions.
Yes.
Which means they very frequently don't discard anything.
No, they do not.
And it's really frustrating because...
It is.
Like, losing an exotic beast caller, or whatever it's called, the damn 5/8 thing that I hate, is bad, but not really.
But it just means now they have to play to win with Token Swarm.
Yeah, like, they still drew 2 cards for 2 mana, which makes their Glowfly Swarm that much better.
Yeah.
And I think bumping this up to 3 mana is fine.
Yes, it is.
But again, I could be biased because I really hate Spell Druid. Like, a lot. All of their wins seem like cheating to me. It's just like, alright, I'm gonna win. And all of a sudden they go, bruh, full board, 3 things with taunt, and some of your stuff is dead, and I'm gonna win. And I'm like, what just happened?
Yeah, it's like 3 things with taunt and 2 of the Hunter Legendary. And I'm like, oh my god. Why do they always get the Hunter Legendary?
Or Mukla.
Yes.
So, this is my personal bias showing when I say, this is a really good nerf, I like this nerf. That's because I hate it. So, maybe don't listen to me. But it feels too powerful in a deck where one of your first threats is based on the number of spells in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many times have you gotten an early Glowfly Swarm cast against you that weren't 7? Because I could count it on no hands, because it's never not been 7. I'm looking at the rolling fireball in my hand going, well, this will kill 4 of them. So, yeah. But then we've got this last one that made me go, wait, what?
I was surprised too.
Yeah, because all the rogue Galakronds have made it to where their cards, when you draw them, don't cost 0, they cost 1. And I've seen a lot of people say on social media that it should be a cost reduction so that your backstabs and shadow steps don't cost 1. But whatever.
Because what are they? What are they fighting here? Is it just to reduce the instance of, you get lucky on the die roll and draw a combo kill that where the important expensive pieces cost 0? Like, what's going on there?
No, it's just giant tempo.
Uh-huh.
That's all. They just have a handful of free things that they can go and kill this and kill that and deal you lots of damage and do this and now I got this and ha!
Mm-hmm.
Like, the dream is to go, you play your Galakrond enablers, your invokers, and you get a lackey and you go lackey into Todgerwiggle into Wand, which gives you a free Galakrond, which then you just and you snowball into, and I win, ha.
Yeah.
But again, Galakrond has been around since, well, Galakrond's Awakening, obviously, and it was the top deck for a while, and they didn't feel the need to nerf it then, and now it's not. Like, they can't even figure out, rogue players, if they want to go with the secret package or the stealth package as far as which one is the best. And depending on where you look, you'll find out that both of them are the best, which isn't actually possible. So...
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. The way a rogue deck plays, you're not getting a bunch of stuff that used to cost 7 or 8. I mean, the discount to 0 is meaningful, but I didn't think it was absolutely absurd.
I mean, it used to be. I mean, it's not absolutely absurd anymore. Otherwise, it would still be up there with Warrior and Demon Hunter.
Uh-huh.
But this goes back to my theory that there's something in the next set that doesn't want a bunch of free stuff running around.
I guess.
And it's either a rogue card or it's neutral, because Galakrond got hit and so did Alexstrasza. Like, there's something that will just be broken if you could get a handful of free things. Although they didn't touch Skull of Gul'dan, but hey, there's still plenty of time left to nerf stuff. So, which leads me to believe that it's a rogue card of some sort.
Could be.
Could be. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here because, like, these cards have been like this for so long and they're powerful, but not, like, overpowered. And yet now all this free stuff is too good. And that's...
That makes sense. I mean, because combo is an evergreen part of Rogue. There's always combo cards in Rogue.
Yeah.
So maybe it's some really flashy combo card that they want to put in the set and don't want to have to make stupid in order to work.
Could be. I honestly don't know. I can't wait till we get... Damn it, hiccups. I'm trying to do the Nerf report. I can't wait till we start seeing the new cards so I can try to find it, because it's killing me. Like, ever since this was announced, I've been going, oh, come on, what? Why did they do this now? Unless they think that, like, the data shows that after Alexstrasza and Metamorphosis and Corsair Cache all take these nerfs, that suddenly Galakrond Rogue will be the boogeyman again, but I
I don't know.
that one seems a bit fishy to me. Oh, they also have some Battlegrounds updates planned for the near future as well. Stay tuned. But we don't talk about Battlegrounds nerfs here on the Nerf Report. So, So Demon Hunter got another punch in the gut, which is good because Illidan's a dick. Free cards got punched in the gut.
Yep.
Corsair Cache got some percentage points shaved off. Spell Druid got some percentage points shaved off, and Dragoncaster, sure, why not? I don't get it. So I'm not sure about anything really. I don't even know if I have any extras of any of these cards to dust. Ordinarily, I would dust stuff when it gets nerfed, but none of these seem like they will suddenly become unplayable. Like, the change to Kayn doesn't matter, by and large.
Yeah.
Like, he is slightly easier to kill if he's not played as the... Oh, I win. Sure. Galakrond is still really good, because it does say Battlecry, draw 4 cards. They are cheaper than they were before.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's massive to drop from draw 4 cards that are all free to draw 4 cards that cost 1. Like, don't get me wrong, that's huge. I pressed the spacebar. But it doesn't suddenly render the card unplayable by any stretch of the imagination.
No. Yeah, no.
I don't know. It's really bizarre. What? Oh, replies directly to this. Okay. I was like, why does it say 2 replies, but then it says 472 replies? They're quote replies. Okay, got it. Thanks, new Blizzard forums. You are completely worthless. So, yeah, what do you think, Mike? You think anything meaningful will happen because of these?
Well, sure. they're all significant. I guess maybe I didn't understand. To what depth am I able to actually answer this question? Yes, like all the changes to Demon Hunter are meaningful. The changes to everything
That is true.
I think the changes to everything are meaningful. You think there are a couple of throwaways in there, but I think it does something. How it will shake up the hierarchy of the different decks, I'm not well enough educated to answer that.
Me too. I do think that the biggest one here, as far as how it will affect the class, is probably the Warglaives, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's pretty big. And maybe Fungal Fortunes, but maybe not. What will that deck do on turn 2 now?
Huh.
Like, Wild Growth costs 3, so...
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people are like, duh, but in my head, it's just recently been changed to 3. It cost 2 for a long time.
Yes.
So it's one of those where I always have to be like, oh, and on 2 I can... Wait.
Mm-hmm.
You think I've played it so much with Zephyrus that I would remember that, but I just don't. Well, I guess we should stop then, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Are there any other nerfs to talk about?
No. Not that I can think of.
I had one Nerf gun when I was a kid, I think. We can talk about it if you like.
We could. Try to remember.
I think it was orange.
That's a good guess if you're just running the numbers there.
Yeah, all right, we're done then. So, so there you go. That was the TMP Nerf report. These go into effect on Tuesday, and if I did my job properly, you should see this on Monday. So, hopefully, I did my job properly. Yeah. So they should go into effect tomorrow. But with that, thank you, Mike, for joining me on this fine Sunday, whatever evening.
Thank you for inviting me.
It is still 1,000,000 degrees out here, even though it's 8:45. It's awful. So I'm gonna go melt into a puddle, and then I'm gonna get this up on YouTube. So I hope you all have a fabulous evening. Enjoy the new meta. Let us know what we did or didn't get right or wrong down in the comments. And yeah, with that, we'll be done. So thank you all so very much for joining us, and go play some Hearthstone.